That's right, that's right. This is What's Good, Phoenix. What's going on with all you guys out there? I am Awer, your host.
I'm DJ Tranzo.
And today we have a special guest in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Who do we got here? Please introduce yourself.
Shepri.
How you
Shepri.
doing?
Socorro's in the house.
Yeah. So check it out, everyone. So she brought over some comida for us. We had and some pozole.
Sweating.
Very delicious.
It was bomb.
Yeah.
Still sweating.
We actually shared on stories right now what she was putting together, and it was really good. Very delicious. Very flavorful. A lot of spices, like the way I like it. Yeah. And
Red chicken pozole.
it was chicken, right?
It was boiled.
Oh man, I thought it was beef.
It was chicken.
You tricked me, but that was good.
No, it was really good.
Just
Seriously,
marinated.
so thank you for bringing the food.
Yes,
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me. Feels
Thank
good
you,
to
thank
be
you,
in the house.
So how you been, my friend?
Great. Busy.
How are things? How was your weekend?
It's been great. I have kind of been on vacation. Kind of. I mean, obviously, still here. It's kind of work.
Yeah. What did you do?
Sweating.
Any events or anything?
I've just been cruising, taking off, going on wild rides.
Oh yeah, I saw that you were up in Tucson in the domes.
No, I just went to Casa Grande.
Casa Grande. Oh,
I've never been in
Casa Grande. Yeah.
some girls at the pharmaceutical place. They recommended a trip, and I actually just went to the domes because it was closer. Solo dolo.
Awesome. What about you, Tranzo? How was your weekend, brother?
It was awesome, man. I was on Tata duty, watching my grandson.
Yeah.
You know, it's the life.
I like.
I love
How
it.
old?
He's a year and a half.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
So, but he's my boy. I love him.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
To be a tata, and I have those days too. I can't wait for the phone call that my daughter calls me and she's like, "What are you doing Monday?" I'm like, I'm gonna watch Kainoa. Yeah. All right, cool. So when I'm with them, I turn everything off and just kind of focus in on it and stuff. So, but yeah.
How was your weekend, man?
Oh man, it was pretty eventful.
I know you got some big
Yes.
big news for you that happened this weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm still processing everything. Everything was it was a pretty big event. So I was part of the Furious Styles 29th anniversary over
Big
at
up
Trail.
Furious Styles.
Big ups. Yep. So they inducted me into the crew on Saturday. It was more than furious and unforgettable, man. It was a great weekend to be with those guys and to party with those guys, and now kind of focus with them and build with them. I've been building and with them for the past few years, but now it's official. So yeah, it was great.
We still need that applause button.
Yeah. So everybody had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Man, that was so good. I'm
Sweating.
honestly,
I'm
I'm sweating.
Hot.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
warmed up.
You should
Really-
have seen Adrian putting it down right now.
Oh my God, I had 2 bowls. It was really good, and those are the kind of meals that are those feel good meals that
My favorite.
like those family meals. You know what I
Yes.
mean? I guess we'll start with that. Let's go into a few questions. You know what I mean? Like the first one I have for you around like food, like how important it is to you to have with family and stuff, that like breaking bread and passing down the recipes and getting together as a family and sharing. Like you broke bread with us and you shared with us. How important that is to you with cooking?
It's extremely important. I was thinking on the way here, the importance of sharing a family meal. We often get caught up in our busy life schedule and eating in the car, whatever. But definitely eating together at some point at a table, in the living room, whatever, on the floor, makes a difference.
Yeah, it really
For
does. There are times where I do catch myself like catching dinner in the car, eating stuff, or by myself at a restaurant and stuff. But it's something when you get together around a meal, especially like a home cooked meal that has been like created through a family member or passed through through generation and stuff. So,
I have a question.
Yeah,
So I like to take it all the way back to the beginning. Like, where are you from?
I was born in Tucson.
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 the original name.
I was born in Tucson, raised there and here in Phoenix throughout my life, constantly moving, not a stable upbringing. Yeah,
You have siblings?
I do.
How many siblings
I
you have?
have 8. There's 8 of
Eight?
us.
There's 8 of you?
There's 8.
Where do you sit in the
I'm
8?
the oldest of 8.
What?
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 8.
Wow.
How fun.
It was stressful. It was fun, very stressful. Growing up, my mother is a drug addict. So I did grow up taking a lot of household responsibilities, and that included cooking for a big family on the daily.
Yeah.
So that came easy at
props,
hand.
You know,
That
that's a lot of responsibility for when you're that young. You know.
How old are you?
How old am I?
No, how old were you at the time?
Jeez, I don't know, but my
Like that started
first
cooking. And
my first egg was at 5.
Oh,
My
wow.
cousin taught me. She was like, "Yeah, let's make some eggs." And
Scrambled?
you know,
Were they scrambled?
I don't know. I had a lot of grease though. That's all I remember.
Snow cat lard.
Probably.
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 Wow.
But I did enjoy cooking. Cooking was my favorite. I kind of just adapted through family gatherings, you know, picking out my favorite dishes and hanging out with my favorite tias.
So that's how you got into cooking, kind of just taking care of your little brothers and sisters.
Cooking
and
for the family.
Cooking for the family and then learning the recipes.
Yep, just
Nice.
Yep, hanging out with the tias.
Yeah.
Do you have any other chefs in your family?
No,
Oh, it's just you.
it's just me.
And
Not professionally. I mean, all my tias hold it down.
We would call them chefs too. You know?
We'll call them chefs.
were there other dishes besides like because it was the type of meals that you cook are authentic, the authentic Mexican foods. Is there anything else?
So I didn't realize, essentially, growing up in a Hispanic household, you're cooking what we know here. You know, rice, beans, red chili, green chili.
That's pretty much a staple of every
Every
meal, every other
household,
meal.
yeah. And it just became natural. I didn't really know what I was cooking. You know how the depth.
It was just food to you.
It was just what I knew. Oh, we're gonna make green chili with
Yeah.
pork today.
Yeah.
And throughout my culinary experience, you know, with Mexican being my number one cuisine, is the importance, the history that I learned behind it. I was like, wow, I've been doing this my whole life, and I'm so good at it. And
That's what I was going to ask you. So when you say Hispanic, are you Mexican?
So-
or are you mixed?
I mean, my dad's side of the family, definitely all from Sonora. My mom's side, you know, a little here, a little there. I have family everywhere.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nice.
So let me ask you this: do you have any like special dishes that you make of your own, or growing up, or you know, or that's my first question, and then I have a follow-up question after that. Your
Special, like my
dishes,
favorite dishes.
like you make that for yourself, or that you know that you've had.
It would be something of what I made today: pozole, chicken tortilla soup. I learned actually from one of my mom's husband's family. They're all from Michoacan, and I learned a lot of cooking from her, from the mother-in-law. Yeah, she was dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my second question is, besides your own food, are there some special places here in Phoenix that you go to that you want to enjoy as far as, you know, authentic Mexican food and or any dishes in particular?
Where does Brie go
it's
eat
getting-
when she
Yeah,
goes
basically,
goes
yeah.
out?
It's
What do
getting
you-
hard out here in the streets.
Tell us.
Since I left, just kidding, I didn't go nowhere. It's just a little different. I definitely enjoy home-based foods, but when I do go out, I would prefer to enjoy much similar. Taco Cello,
Taco Cello.
number
Yes.
one. Tacos, you know,
Shout out
handmade.
Taco Cello.
Shout
Shout
out.
out.
Shout out to the family. Taco Cello. Handmade tortillas, fresh salsas every day. Everything's from scratch. There's this other place I just tried up on Grand to Tulsa. I don't know. Bomb
pretty
ass burritos.
Mm.
Bomb. Real good Mexican food up in there. Cheap too.
So when you got inspired to make to become a chef, where were some of the places that you started here in the valley? You know what I mean, that people could start like trying your food, tasting your flavors, and just really getting inspired to move,
like
to become a chef.
my history in cooking.
Yes, that's a yes.
Like where did you first start
Yeah,
off?
where'd you
So-
first start off?
Like a good
So-
break that you had.
So
Because now that's your
my-
passion, like
Yes.
I want
So
people to
the
try my
beginning of my career, my cooking career, I actually grew up with kids. You know, I wanted to be a teacher. I taught for like 4 years. I was with kids. My mom being an addict, we ran into some stuff where I wasn't unable to no longer participate in that form of, you know. So I ended up in a kitchen. My first year, I had no idea what I was doing in there. The chef yelled at me. You
were just banging pots.
He asked me to go change out pans. If anybody worked in the kitchen, that's the easiest first task you can do.
Change out pans.
Yeah, it's where you like rotate product and change out the pan so it stays fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of looked at him puzzled, like pans, like sartenes, you know. And he was a tall white guy named Frank, and he just threw his hands up and he was like, "What? Who let you in here?" And I was like 6 guys did. I must be cute.
You were faking it to make it.
No, I didn't even fake it. I just smiled and I knocked on the door pretty much. And my first year, I got into Gila River Casino Kitchen, Vicuiva.
Oh, wow.
When it was just one kitchen, one kitchen for everything. It was a very small casino, very busy.
When was that? Like, how many years was that?
I don't know. I've been cooking for about 14 years easy. So I would say about 14 years ago.
About mid 2000s.
Yeah. And my first year, a lot had changed. I loved it. It was busy. I was the only female on the line for many years. And the speed, the adrenaline, and the bad words, all the good stuff.
So how was your experience with that? Did they treat you good out there?
Yeah, it was a really good experience. Within that first year, the casino ended up renovating and expanding, so they knocked it down and opened a bigger one.
Awesome.
So within that, I mean, I spent many years in the casino, so I was able to participate in banquets, not just on the line. You know, I wanted to strive, so anything that they can include me in, I wanted to be there. So I was definitely put on the front line, and I was the only girl for about 6 years solid.
But all that work pays off in the end, you know, all that self motivation to learn more.
It does. Within that time frame, I trained under at least 6 different sous chefs, and they came from all parts: Vegas, California, Mexico. They were just in the kitchen, and I took wing under all of them. I absorbed every little bit of information I could and ran with it. Yes, kind of fake it till you make it. But it's growing, you know. We all don't know until we know.
So we talked a little bit earlier about some people that you have cooked with before when I asked you the question of any public figures or any athletes or any kind of, you know, stars or anything like that. Do you have anyone like that you've cooked for?
I've cooked with. I've cooked with many, quite a few popular chefs from the city. Pleasure. I've had the pleasure of doing so. I've cooked for the Cleveland Indians. That was fun.
Where was that here, or was it?
Yeah, no, that was here. Yeah, for sure.
Because they have their season.
Beasts.
Their season training. Is it spring training here?
Yeah, that was fun. I just been all over the place.
What'd you make for
cooked
them?
Everything.
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing.
Everything. They had an extensive routine. You know, they needed to eat.
Oh, so it was more than one day?
It was. Well, I worked for them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I worked for them. So every day.
So it wasn't just like catering or something like that.
No,
it was just, you know,
every
cooking for
day.
them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, every single day it was
Wow.
three meals a day. snack. Snack.
Did you make them pozole too?
I did.
You did?
I did my tryout actually to get in the kitchen. Of course, with every other kitchen, there's a bunch of guys. And they're like, what can you do? Let me see. Can you cook for 500 guys? And I'm like, yeah.
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 You did it.
I
Right
did it.
answer.
Got me in the door.
That's awesome.
And, I was kitchen manager in no time. So
That's
that was
awesome.
fun.
So when did you start developing your product? And you have with our audience right now and listeners and stuff, we have a few of them in front of us and stuff. How did you get inspired to go after mole? And what is mole? If you can kind of give us a little explanation of it.
So let's start with what mole is.
What mole is?
Mole is a traditional Mexican sauce, not red or green. It's any color you want it to be. It's a sauce that contains chilies, fruits, spices, sometimes nuts. And it can be made with or prepared with any food of your choice. It was created a very long time ago by some nuns,
Nuns.
just got not much to offer, but threw everything in a pot and made it happen. And that kind of goes along with my story, actually.
So here's one thing that a lot of people probably all think the same like me. Does it have chocolate in it? Is there any kind of peanut butter, chocolate, anything in it? Because as far as I know, when I was younger, because mole was one of those things when I was growing up that you would get I don't know, man, once every 3 years, if anything. You know what I mean? It was one that wasn't really served in our house once in a while. But when we did, I would see it prepared with peanuts and chocolate and things like that. Is it typically made that way? And is your product made with chocolate?
Because it takes forever.
It
takes forever to make. It can have anywhere from 6 to 20, whatever ingredients you want. You can go based off of a color palette, which I decided to do. It's fun for me. And then I start throwing in and pairing flavors, along with the fruits and spices that will be into the mole. So while we were having our pozole break.
Yeah, yummy.
So mole, I actually didn't like growing up.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Yeah, so my business is Socorros. Socorros is my great-grandmother's name on my dad's side. And that's just paying homage to my culture, my heritage.
And that applause button.
Yeah.
And of course our history, granted, nobody taught me how to make it or pass down
Family
a
tradition. Recipe.
Yeah, it wasn't passed down. Within my 14 years of cooking, one of my last big kitchens, fine dining kitchens that I was in, I was working alongside a sous chef named Damian. Beautiful Mexican guy, and he was so hard ass on me. Everybody was hard ass on me. Being a girl is really tough in the kitchen industry. I think any industry, to be honest, but kitchen, you would think women are welcomed more. Absolutely not. Very stressful job.
I've noticed that since I was young. I was like, how come all the chefs and kitchen people are always, when you go out, they're always guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta have a strong head, shoulders, and a heart for sure.
Well, good for you. I mean, that's a big puzzle piece in the movement, to have initial people like you to pave the way. That
was important for me. That's kind of what helped me strive within the industry, is that I was a badass chick, for a long time, the only girl for a very, very long time. And I wanted to, let others know, yes, females do belong in the kitchen. They do. No, we don't belong we have to be there, but no, it's important for us to be there because we offer something that men don't. And that's a lot of heart. True. A lot of different heart. I've had guy food. It's amazing, but it's not compared to a woman's cooking ever.
Yes. So there was a time where I saw a write up on you. You did like an interview. What can you talk about a little bit about that?
So I was featured in the Phoenix New Times twice. One time was specifically for Women's History Month, and
Awesome.
that was exciting because I had no idea I was making as much noise as I was. I was just focused, doing what I love, not worried about anything and anybody else. I was very busy, enjoying myself. And I got called up and did an interview for Women's History. And then I also got another interview for Socorros. I was called up. They did a article actually during COVID because my business was still very booming during COVID. It was very busy still. Socorros has saved my life.
Yes.
Yeah, has definitely saved my life. And so within my culinary experience, with finding Mexican food to be my calling, Damian kind of showed me manchamanteles. And he said, and I didn't write anything down. He said, this one, this one, this one, that one, all in a bowl. He showed me his little tricks, and I was just amazed because this whole time when I was younger, I was washing it off my chicken.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
Wow.
I had no idea
yeah.
the importance, and along with that, I just continuously every day found something that inspired me more about it. Chile, a sauce. In any culture, Asian, Indian, we share chiles, we share herbs, we share sauce, and it's something that you can add on anything. So I thought that was pretty unique.
Very nice. Very nice. So is that your only product that you have on your company?
So Socorros is the business name. I am formerly known as Chef Brie. Everybody, throughout my whole 14 years, everybody's known me as Chef Brie. Socorros is my business name. I do catering. I do personal. Okay. I've done pop-ups. I did take a little break, looking to jump back into that. But yeah, I offer it all. Socorros is primarily the mole. I offer 2 on a regular basis. It's going to be mole negro, which is, yes, the one that contains chocolate.
There you go. There's your chocolate.
So
it doesn't
Oaxaca,
always have chocolate.
Oaxacan.
Put some on my ice cream. Can you put on ice cream?
So I make dessert mole as well.
Oh, man.
So it's traditional and non-traditional. Traditional would be anything textbook, amarillo, manchamanteles, verde, things that you would formally know. And then I offer.
I'm looking at the ingredients
signature.
here. There's a lot of ingredients that go into this, right?
Yes, and it's all from scratch. There's no process.
I like the last ingredient.
What's love?
It says amor.
Yeah, because I put every last bit. They'll be like, why is the last ingredient? Every last bit of my heart goes into that. Every last bit.
So if somebody wanted to get this, how do they
contact me? My number's on the card.
What's that number?
602-596-2339.
And the email?
My email, it would just, I'll be Instagram,
or
Facebook. You can find me on _ Chef Brie _ or on Facebook with Brianna Arzaga or Socorros as well.
Nice. So make sure you order yours for the
You
holidays.
can hit me
I'm sure it's gonna go fast. So if I were you, I heard they sell out, right?
I have managed to maintain a great quantity of stock because I'm constantly busy.
I think you were saying that at Cello's, right? They sell out.
I do sell it for pickup. You can go in if you ever go have some lunch at Taco Cello. You can grab a jar on the way out.
There you go.
Take one as a gift. They make great gifts. Quick dinner ideas. You literally just have to heat it up.
Send it to somebody out of state.
Yeah, I've shipped to 9 different states so far.
Where are the cross streets for Taco Cello?
4th Street and Roosevelt.
Awesome. My other question too is, do you have it in anything other? I think you made, was it a marigold one, or it was a flavored one you had at one time? Do you offer those seasonal ones too?
I do.
Because it's, autumn and
You kind of have to keep
Or it was.
up. Socorros, I've created adobo de mole, which is a mole rub.
I did see
because
that.
it was also inspired with barbecue. Because that's something that we also all share in culture. Fire, wood, all that good stuff.
You
air.
gifted me one, and I can tell you what I use it for that a lot of people probably wouldn't think to use it for.
I've heard a lot of stories. Go ahead.
So I had chicken nuggets.
Hey, you tell me this all the time.
my
he swears I should do it for Burger King or like McDonald's.
So I had
The little
I'm
packages.
not mad.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not mad at it. Shout out, you guys.
And
Shout out.
nobody's stealing nobody's
yeah.
ideas.
So
now,
Megan did a hot sauce. Why
Yeah.
can't I do
Mhm.
A
why
little
can't I
mole,
do
a little mole
dipping
dip.
sauce? Fuck it.
So I had some chicken
So
nuggets.
if anybody wants to invest and can make this happen, hit her up,
Yes.
and we'll make it happen.
602-596-2339.
There you go.
Yeah, so one day I had some, I brought some chicken nuggets home, and they didn't give me my sauce, and I didn't have anything else. And usually, Mexican refrigerators, you have tapatio or something,
Packets
or
in the
packets.
back
You know what I
somewhere.
mean? Something, some Whataburger
Look in the
ketchup.
back of the drawer.
You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, like, I was like, oh damn, like mole, like, she blessed me with the jar, and I'm like, all right, true, let's check it out. Poured it was great, and then I was like, man, that was really good. So I just kept the next few days
Ate it with
passed.
ramen.
And then I mixed it with you can mix it with ramen, but
You did.
I had spaghetti.
Oh, it was spaghetti.
So I had spaghetti, and I had some carne, some meat, ground beef and stuff, and I had cheese. I think I had like mozzarella, but I didn't have no sauce. And I'm like, man, I don't have no spaghetti sauce. So I use it again. So you could just use it on so many different things.
This fool made mole spaghetti.
I did, and you know what?
believe
It was
it.
good.
But
Hey,
mole isn't something that people are very common with, and that's something that also struck my interest.
I'm the same as Adrian. Like when I was young, mole it was around, but it wasn't really served regularly.
And people put peanut butter and
I
stuff.
do. Yeah. I have a question. I have a question regarding your product.
No,
Is it vegan?
it's vegan.
What?
I make all of it vegan.
That changes everything now for everybody.
Change the game.
Except some of the dessert ones, just because I might use a little gelatin or something of that nature. But other than that, it's vegan. You can add it on your grilled veggies. You can add it on pizza. Everybody's
There
favorite
you go,
to
people. There goes
collaborate
another
with.
vegan option.
I've done a lot of different. People have put it on a lot of different stuff. I like it on burgers.
So not
What,
only
what would be the weirdest thing that you can think of that
that they've had it, people have tried it.
was it? The spaghetti?
The spaghetti takes the cake.
I love it, man. And I ate the whole thing. I was like, it's good. I think I messaged you too.
Yeah, but so with creating mole, because it's something that was
Mole.
created with little to none ingredients. I was at a point in my career that what people would consider a high point in my career. I was very successful, getting a lot of notoriety, and I was making nothing. I was barely surviving.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever worked in the kitchen industry, the summer is slow. Your hours get cut, and that's how it went. And I was working for a well-known chef and struggling. And I woke up one morning and something in my stomach and everything told me, put it on Facebook. I had not even made it yet, but something told me to advertise it on Facebook that I was making mole if anybody was interested in buying. I had did that a week prior, and it kind of hit, kind of not. People usually do take on pretty quick when I offer food on Facebook. But mole is something that everybody's like, I don't know. And I offered it at a very cheap price to start. I believe it was like 2 for $5.
Whoa.
And I was killing myself. But I woke up one morning.
That's how you get it. That's how you introduce something. Sometimes you have to.
I had to. Yeah. I woke up. I had $60 for 2 weeks, and all of my being on my own. I've been on my own since I was 16, but like I've never been that broke. And I was like, bro, I still have bills to pay. Still got to put gas in the car. I just quite didn't understand how I was at that point, considering I was doing everything to make my career happen. I should be enjoying the fruits of my labor, and I was figuring out what I was going to eat for the next 2 weeks, let alone feed my daughter. So $60 and a prayer. Honestly, I woke up, posted it on Facebook. Nobody hit. Drove my sad self to Food City, sat in the parking lot, and still waited about 10 minutes. Nobody hit. I was like starting to cry a little bit. Not gonna lie, I was starting to stress. Like, what am I about to go buy? Like this $20 food box or something, you know? And I was praying and put my phone down, opened the car door, and I'm not kidding, my phone blew up.
Wow.
Oh, like I'm all hot, emotional. I'm talking about it, but my phone literally blew up, and I had sat in the phone on the phone for another 10 minutes in the car, answering everybody's messages and letting everybody know I was sold out before I made it. So,
oh man, that was like a stressful make it or break it moment, huh?
Yeah. And it saved my life. It has been for the past 4 years.
What a blessing.
So flash forward to some of the collaborations that I've seen when I met you.
Jeez, done a lot of collaborations.
You've done a lot of collaborations. If you could share a few of those.
So within creating my project, my business,
because it was hot and people wanted it.
Still people were kind of curious, you know, with cheap price. I was selling it. People were loving it, opening it, eating with the jar out the jar. And so of course, naturally, I know my worth. I've worked very hard, so I raised my prices accordingly. And people didn't mind, not one bit. I didn't lose not one client. I gained more. And it's just been a journey. Honestly, it saved my life. It's saved
I saw you with Grand Avenue Pizza.
Yeah, the collaborations.
Ziggy's.
Man.
Yeah, they were just coming.
Novelas Coffee.
What?
You believe it or not, somole can be put onto other stuff in Mexico. They eat it, drink it with soups, you name it. Tamales, they put it on everything. And two, depending on the kind of mole you want. But yeah, Novelas Coffee, Grand Avenue Pizza, Ziggy's. I have one in the works right now.
The McDonald's packets?
Ow, man.
So when you say like Grand Avenue Pizza and Ziggy's, like what
we did pizzas. I did
so like a mole pizza
and desserts actually. So we've offered it. We put the dessert mole on like cheesecake,
I was just gonna
postres,
say that.
Flan. I'm gonna have to try that.
What about flan?
Yeah, you can put it on anything. You can put it on anything. Mm-hmm. Conchas.
How about quesadilla? Dip it in there.
Not the sweet one, but
I think what you bring like to Phoenix, your contribution to it is I don't know anybody's doing it.
Flavor
and flavor. I mean, flavor and spices.
Yeah,
like
sabor.
Seriously, like when I hear the word mole or people having mole, I think of you. You're the
mole queen.
Yeah, because you're the one.
you know.
Yeah. So for me, I when I wanted some mole that I thought was good was in Tio Rosas, and I think that's in like Mesa or something far. A lot of those dishes, like, because when you would get it, it's like it's either like, this is good or not. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you order a chile relleno somewhere, you're like, either just like, this is whack. I don't want it. You know what I mean?
Ingredients.
Yeah. So until having yours and kind of it's on my table a lot more. You know what I mean? Now, and having more dishes and stuff. You know what I mean? Especially the mole enchiladas, the chicken enchiladas you made that one time, with the sesame seed.
Made him too kind.
Man.
Too kind. He got fresh.
He's like your taste tester, huh?
I didn't say nothing, dude. I was quiet. Man.
I love cooking. I love cooking for my friends and my loved ones. It gives purpose.
I hear that from a lot of people who like to cook. They like to cook for their loved ones and
I'd feed
they just
everybody
get
else
a fulfillment out
myself.
of it.
Yeah.
So when you talked about earlier about taking a little break, and I was corrected earlier because you said I didn't take no break. I'm always been around.
Oh, you said no. You said because so we've known each other. We were acquainted for several times before we formally met, and he was a victim of my.
She was always busy.
I was busy. I didn't have time for nobody.
Yo, what's up, Chef Bree? How are you doing? You know.
I was like, okay, it's 3:00 in the morning. I'm going home. Good night. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. But you were putting in the work because every time I see you, you were taking off the apron. You were talking to people. Like you were always just
networking, yeah,
talking and stuff. You know, I thought that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, after work, you know, granted, I worked 14 hours a day. After work, I would go out and network for my own self, for my own.
Yeah.
It was a different light to me. Just getting out, networking, meeting new people. I was shy. And somebody told me one time, you're not shy. You better get out there and speak up. And sometimes
it was that one person to say that in that way that stuck with you, you know?
Yeah, it definitely, it takes a light. Someone has to strike that in you. Not
have
everybody
to say it in the right way at the right time to you for you to get it.
Your little light. Ding.
So have you ever considered, like, I mean, we talked about this before, like having a brick and mortar or having a food truck.
He said, I met you when you were just exiting the scene.
Just leaving the scene.
And I said, that kind of irritated me.
She was like, what?
I said, because first of all,
I was busy. I was on some of my hands.
I said, first of all, just because I'm not working for somebody else, big name, and not getting the credibility for it, like notoriety or whatever you want to call it, I left to create my own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I left to start my own journey.
Yep.
And I've been on my own journey. It's been very successful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No,
it's all right. He can make mistakes.
Yeah, I mess up sometimes, but
he can make mistakes. It's all right.
But doing that and taking off into your journey, did you consider, like, you know, because we've talked about it, like in a food truck or brick and mortar, like, hey, Brie, how come you don't have a restaurant? You
Everybody would love for me to be in a restaurant.
Yes.
We were just speaking on this.
Speak on it.
It's a lot of work, though.
It's entirely a lot of work. I mean, I've put in a great amount of time in the kitchen. I still have a lot to learn, still have a lot to go. My main focus is my business. And, you know, I did have to take some time. It's ebbs and flows. It is hard AF.
Yes.
A lot of people don't say that because they got too much pride, but it is hard. It is hard.
During that time, what were you reflecting on?
Just grounding, remembering where I came from, you know, just going back home, being around family. When you're busy and you get, you know, you have a lot of notoriety, people recognize you. It's great, right? It's great. It's fun, but it's just very exhausting, because people want you to go. Yeah. Chef, you should do this. You should do that. You should do that. And never did I even imagine myself here, like, at all. Like, I never even thought I would be paying taxes on my own business.
Yeah.
Ever. And
maybe that's something that we should be teaching all the young ones too. Is like, you know, this is how you do it, and this is something you should think about, is creating your own something for yourself. You know, of your own thing. You can work, have a career, but also, you know, create something that's yours.
Yeah, it's important. I never thought that I would be here. You know, I never thought that I would have recognition and have my name in the New Times and getting phone calls from Food Network.
Oh yes, let's talk about.
I never thought that. I would never thought, like.
How did that come about?
Oh man.
How'd they reach out to you?
Let's talk the Food Network.
Oh man, Food Network.
Man, you guys exclusive right now.
They found me on Google from my mole. So big accomplishment. I mean, I didn't make it to the show. I think a lot of it had to do with my interviewing, because I suck at interviews. I get really nervous. He helped me prepare.
I practiced with you.
He helped me prepare. Yeah, I was, even before here, I was like, I suck at interviews. I get really nervous. But yeah, he did. He helped me prepare. So I got a call. I got a call and or email, and I was like, "What? This is fake. This is Bo."
Yeah,
and it was
spam.
2 times. Yeah, it was 2 times. The first time it was for Chopped. Chopped called, and they were like, "Would you
Wow.
interview?" And I said, "Yeah." And then I called Adrian. I was like, "Fuck, bro, I'm about to shit myself." But he's like, "Oh man, this is so exciting!" And and I asked the lady, "How did you find me?" Because like, how did you find me? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't apply. I never tried to apply to anything like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, we found you on Google from your mole." But she said because it was a chocolate show. It was a show for chocolate, and I was like, and that's probably what didn't get me on there too, is because I was like, "Nah, our mole has chocolate." Okay, just to make that clear. But yes. So then the second time I got a call from Food Network. It was for Beat Bobby Flay.
Wow.
Yeah, I interviewed for that too. When I got the call, I went over to his house to celebrate. He pulled out. He came out around the corner because I was like, "Bro, I
Bobby Flay?
Beat Bobby Flay?
No, I'm saying you went to his house.
No, your house."
I'm just kidding.
I went to your house, and I was explaining to him how nervous I get really, my anxiety gets worked up. I shut down, don't know what to say. And he was like, "I'll be right back." He went around the corner, pulled out this big old speaker and a microphone, and he came out with his voice. And
That's right.
we're gonna interview Chef Bree.
He walks around everywhere talking around like that now.
No, this is my thing. Is it?
And he got me. He did.
I wanted to role play with her. I thought of every single question that they might ask her. Just who she is, how she got inspired, all these different things. And as I was asking her, it was, I mean, you always have like a smile and you're laughing, but it got serious.
You know, I was laughing for
was,
like 10 minutes because I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, but
like,
I was like, these are what they're going to ask you. And it's crazy.
No, he didn't drop character at all.
Yeah. And I was straight face.
Why do I believe that?
Yeah.
I could see him. I could see him.
And then the crazy thing about it is that she had the interview and she called me. She goes, "Yo, they asked almost the same questions you asked me."
Almost the same questions. And it helped me so much because although obviously I didn't make the show, but it was good because I was able to just jump.
Like role play and just,
So if anybody's going to have an important interview and they need a coach,
I got you.
Absolutely.
Adrian will role play with you.
Absolutely. I'll ask him, "Hey, you send me some questions."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So with your brand right now, one of the questions I have too is not only do you sell locally, do you sell like in the United States? Have you got that far?
I've shipped to 9 different states.
What?
And that's just off social media. I haven't even created a website yet. That's all in the works. Slow motion, but for show motion.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
What is it?
Slow motion,
motion?
but for show motion.
Yeah.
You got that
All
coin,
right.
huh? Yeah.
Everything comes in time. Yes, people would love to see me in a kitchen. And one day I dream of having a mom and pop shop. Do I want a big chain restaurant? No. Honestly, I never even saw myself doing that. But yeah, to have my own little mom and pop shop showcasing my product in town, why not? Why not? That's absolutely a goal. Mm-hmm.
So some of these pop-ups that you've seen in town, like the mercados and stuff like that, have you ever set up like a little booth and anything like that? In
the beginning, I had not. I stayed out of like farmers markets and things like that.
Yes.
Just because I'm already busy.
Yeah.
I'm already naturally busy, and I know, in order to prepare for those, I would have to be making at least triple the product for that weekend.
Are you stocked up now?
I do stock up. I
Because Thanksgiving
stocked up
is
yesterday.
Thanksgiving is how many days?
Yeah, I stock up.
So here's a good question. Can you have it with turkey? Can you have it with?
You can have it with turkey.
What?
Yes.
Can you put it with your
Steak.
stuffing?
Oh my gosh, yes.
What?
So order yours for this week coming.
Yeah, I would definitely order some. You can make a different tamale. Put it in your tamales.
Wow.
It's Mexicans in Thanksgiving, they tear it all apart.
So good.
I keep thinking of like.
But yes, I've done a
cranberry
turkey
mole. Can you make a cranberry mole?
Yeah, I've done a cranberry dessert mole.
Shut the door.
He's just enjoying
I just
himself
ate.
right
He's
there.
hungry.
I just
again.
ate and I was like, well, you
He's
you
like,
gotta
she's
get that
gonna make
placa
us-
going. Get them quesadillas, man. What?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So what do you have? Do you have anything coming up soon? Any events or any
To close out the year.
yeah?
I have a collaboration in the works.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Is it like hush hush?
That's pizza. I don't know why that's
Ooh.
everybody's favorite, to be honest. It was really cool because after the first collaboration I did with Granddad Pizza, it was almost like so many people, even out of state, were like making their own pizzas. They were like, this is cool. They bought a jar. I shipped them a jar and they would send me pictures of their homemade pizza. And I was like,
Wow.
what the hell?
So
This
so
is
how
cool.
did that come about with Grand Avenue and making mole pizza?
I went knocking on the door.
Really?
You made them opportunities.
I did.
Nice.
I go knocking on my neighbor's door.
You're like you need this.
Yeah, absolutely. I recommend it to anybody. You know, what do I contribute to the Phoenix is flavor, you know,
Yeah,
I like that.
inspiration, innovation, keeping the tradition alive. Not a lot of people are aware of what you can do with mole. So I have created, you know, a list of people who I would enjoy collaborating with to bring out those creations.
I mean,
Yeah.
and you contribute another story of you know, a successful independent venture. You know,
Look, mole's been here. You know, it has.
it's
But
been-
how you reintroduced it to a younger generation, a different palate. I think that here's an example. When we had pizza the other day at Ziggy's, I don't know why, but the day you shared it on your story, Instagram story, and I saw the elote pizza with corn and cheese and I was like, it looked good. You know what I mean? So with that said, having when you did the collaboration with Ziggy's and you had the mole pizza, I was excited for that. You know what I mean? I love, like, my favorite's pepperoni pizza, you know what I mean? Things like that. But to have those type of flavors, it's just intriguing. Like, I just want to try that. You know what I mean? And rather just getting a slice, just get
you
a whole
never
pie.
know.
You never know.
Never know.
They ordered by the pie.
I mean, people
They
knock
flew.
on pineapple
Yeah.
on pizza. You know what I mean? And I love that. You know what I mean? But having something like the mole flavor and how you're getting it out there, especially like, you know, at Taco Cellos and
You can put it in drinks, alcohol beverages,
oh, you can
coffee.
maybe like
Soup.
what about a Bloody Mary? Can you make a Bloody Mary
Don't give
with the mole?
everybody ideas now.
Right. You better copyright all your ideas.
We're gonna have to
first.
edit that piece right there.
Exclusive. Yeah, for sure. And then also people have been asking about classes.
Wow.
So
So you give classes to learn how to make it?
I definitely am interested in doing classes. Before I was, again, always nervous. Granted, I cook in front of people, but speaking and like explaining to people, showing people, instructing is a different game. And I feel more comfortable to start. Like, I take pride. You know, there was at one point where I did take a break, kind of being scared of my own success. It's a true thing. It happens. It's real stuff, real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you make a lot of noise with little effort, you know, you can make a big impact.
I have some friends over at Senor Chilada, and
Ooh,
they-
tell us what's up.
when
That would be
they-
good.
when they started up, man, they're busy. They're busy 100%. You know what I mean? And
But
that
have
could
they
be.
had a mole?
But no, but I'm saying that could be, you know what I mean? That
That's
that
so
maybe
filling.
when you start and you really start to put it
So-
out there, you're going to be busy because they're
Adrian's
nonstop.
gonna make it happen with them.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
interested in always collaborating
That would be the
throughout
first.
the community. It's been anything, ice cream, coffee, you name it. I enjoy it because, again, it's essentially bringing out, you know, a piece of history and what you can do with culture, like what we can do together.
The Mexican candies that you see, you know how they put the candy on the spoon and
The
stuff like that.
tamarindo.
Is that tamarindo? Can you do that with mole as well too?
To make a candy, that would be a good
and to put
sucker.
sesame seeds in it.
Sucker.
Boy, that's what I'm talking about. But I'd want one of them big spoons on this.
The
You
big,
know what I mean?
it's a big old serving spoon.
Yeah, yes, that's what I want. You know what I mean? Or maybe like a hat. It's a hat with a spoon. You just walk around. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so here, lastly,
So what's up? Where do we get? We get cover a lot of ground.
oh, we got another hour. I'm just kidding.
Let's go.
No, we did. You know, I think that thank you for all your contributions and your energy and your good vibes, and just when I'm around you, you know, it's awesome because we like to try new things and new flavors. I mean, everything, you know, and so I know I joke around with the pack, you know, putting in a little McDonald's pack and stuff, you know. I think that's
real.
I think that's real. You know what I
I
mean?
think that's real.
That's a good idea.
Because if you start looking
Why
at
not?
the Keurig cups and the single serving coffees and stuff, that stuff is
Well,
off
I've
the chain.
seen
You know,
other famous chefs, which is crazy because not for a long time mole wasn't even being introduced. But it is slowly becoming more of a popular thing. Oh, what people don't know. Something people don't know.
yeah. Tell us.
So, okay. So if anybody knows mole or, you know, anything about mole for real, there's a place in Mexico, a restaurant, and they have a mole madre. And that is an aged mole, cooked for an extended X amount of hours.
What?
So I don't know if there's anybody else out there, but I had, within starting my Socorro's endeavor, I was shortly behind this restaurant, and I think they're at 4 years or like about 3 years, 4 years now in aging process. I'm right behind them by like 6 months. Yeah, so it's a mole madre. If anybody ever says, why is it darker than the mole negro?
Let me see it.
because it's aged.
Because it's aged. I do keep
A
my
little bit.
own.
He's not gonna let that go now.
I keep my own stash, and you know, you
You have a little
add
batch that you keep adding,
to the new batch. You just you
kind of like
you know.
whiskey. Mm,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, mole madre.
So you do. So you have Socorros and you have your mole and you do catering,
I do
right?
catering, personal, like
And you do private parties and
Yeah.
small groups.
private dinners. Anybody's like, yo, can you cook for 8 tonight?
Where can
Let me
they
know.
find you on Instagram? Instagrammy.
__ chef Brie _
So it's CHEFBRI.
Yep, chef Brie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anybody that you want to shout out? Anybody give some love, give some flowers
Man,
to?
I have
Some of these chefs you worked under.
I am just surrounded by greatness in the community. I feel blessed to be here. You know, not only do I contribute or partake in the community, they have given and been nothing but full support for me. What?
No, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
I'm just.
He wants that mole back.
Yeah.
I want to put it back in my hand. I want to look at it.
I'm just so blessed and honored with all of my great friends within the industry. They all have their own businesses, and they've reached out to help me. It wasn't a business until my friend Ray Francie gave it a name. She called me up. She said, let me do a logo for you.
That's awesome.
And that's the logo that you see here
So
today.
as Ray Francie that.
Yeah.
Yep, she
Okay,
created
shout
that.
out Ray Francie.
Yeah, shout out Ray.
Yeah,
Ray.
yeah.
Yeah, I love her.
I miss you, girl.
I miss you.
I miss you.
Yeah, she's amazing. So she did create the face of Socorros.
That's awesome.
And Savvy did another addition to
That
the
guy
logo.
too. That one guy too. What's his name? Aware. He did something too, didn't he?
Yeah, look at this. Look at this amazing
So yeah, this
piece.
is Awer
Yep.
painting right here.
This is Aware right here.
Look at it.
Yeah.
So before we let everybody go, I'm gonna mention these ingredients. I'm gonna try
Can
not to
you
butcher
say
these
them?
names. I'm gonna try. Ready?
They are listed in Spanish because, I mean, anybody
this?
in English can Google them.
If I
So-
get all of
Can you do
these, I get to take all 3 jars home.
No, because one is to the lady and one is his.
What about me?
You're
Just kidding.
spoiled. You get
All right,
it.
here we
all
go.
the time.
The first one is cascabel, which is
It's a chile.
mm,
It's a chile that's round, and cascabel is like a rattle. So it's
like a rattlesnake rattle.
It's a little ball, dark. I said chocolate. It's chocolate notes, smoky notes.
Smoky.
But it is round.
Like
round
Friday.
chile.
Friday smoky. Check it out. Puya.
Puya is a red chili.
Morita.
Morita's a smoky little one.
I'm decolonizing right now, so I'm learning my language. Ancho.
Ancho's a big one. It's a good. Everybody's a popular.
Guajillo.
Guajillo.
Did I say it right?
Guajillo.
I know I did. All right. Plátano macho.
Plantains.
Man, that's my name at the club. We're looking for
Macho.
plátano macho.
Oh.
That's me.
Ow.
Masa de maíz.
You know that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Piloncillo.
That's
I'm
sugar.
just knocking them out. Canela.
Cinnamon.
Wow, show. Agave.
We all know what that is.
Oh, this one's going to be tough. Ciruelas? Ciruelas? How do you say it? Ciruelas? Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
It's Ciruelas.
Oh, surelas.
So that's what I said.
There's like
That's what I said.
prunes,
Stuck on you.
raisins, apricots,
Mm.
sesame seeds, dates, sweet potato.
I think sesame seeds makes any dish with this too. It's just a nice, like,
Well, adds the toasty notes.
I love the toasty. How about this one? Albaricoes. Did I say that right? Yes, I did. Ajinolio?
Albaricoques,
Yeah.
alcoholi.
These are like, are these indigenous names?
They're
Or-
just what they're
or
called
not? This is
in
like
Mexico.
Nahua, the Nahua language or no? Language? Datil? How do you say?
Dátil,
Datil? Batata?
batata, sweet potatoes,
Hierbas espesas.
hierbas.
Hierbas especias. And
I think you're passing with like a D, man.
yeah, because everybody likes that D. Check it out.
D plus,
And the last one is
D minus.
amor.
amor.
So
It's the last.
That's the best ingredient right
the
there.
last. Save the last for best.
save the
best
last for the best. Save the last for me because it's mine.
And I put every inch of it,
You didn't get it right,
every
man. You can't
last
have
drop
the more
of
than
love into this. So
it's mine.
it is made with love. I will not make any if my heart isn't in the right.
That's right.
Or in the right spot, because it just won't come out.
It's
It
about
won't come out.
I
quality,
believe that.
not quantity.
Well, we want that quantity too, because I'm busy. Yeah, we do stay stocked. I stay loaded. I used to run out, but that is no more. Unless if you don't find anything on the shelves, you can always message me, call me, email me.
So if they're out at Taco Charlo's or if they're out somewhere else and you just
Yeah,
hit her
I'll
up
have
direct
it.
and she'll
I'll
hook
have
you
it
up.
on hand. I
Cool.
do deliver. I beep beep. I will pull up. I will pull up to your casita. No shame.
Don't be ordering like one jar asking her
Yeah.
to drive across the
Especially
city.
right now. Like how many?
No, you know what's crazy? Is
What's the
that,
serving size on that? How many people?
So for the pint, the prices you can probably kind of see. I offer 2 on a regular basis. Mole negro. That will be 20 a pint, 20 a quart, and 10 a pint, which is the smaller one. The pint feeds, would say 4 to 6. I would say 4 because you're gonna want seconds, and the big one, 6 to 12, easy. It's pretty solid. It thickens the longer you cook it, so you can add a little bit of water if you need to, but
Put that on a
just heat it up and serve it.
Thanksgiving mashed potatoes.
I made
There's some pizza.
a turkey with my rub, the adobo. It was really good. I did that a couple times for some friend dinners.
I love it. Love it.
So
Socorro's is 22, pint is a 12.
order my 9.
Get them
Yeah.
while they're hot because you're not making any more batches, right? With Thanksgiving, that's it, right? You can take a little couple days off, you go right back at it.
No, I
She got
was
Christmas
I
to
was
come.
considering
Ciao.
myself on a break right now, but
But you're ready to go.
but you said, bro, we got work to do.
Yeah, we always do.
So on my ass, I was at South Mountain and I turned back around. I said, oh, I'm going to cook, I guess.
She's like, I got work to do.
I got work to do.
I called her and she's like, damn, I don't have no product.
I was like,
and I just straight up, you better get it ready.
I was so nervous. No, I get nervous, you know, my anxiety. I was like, oh, God. I got this.
So I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for
definitely.
bringing your baby, your love, your passion of mole and all your contributions through your flavor here in Phoenix. Everything that you've done, you're doing. Everyone, please give her a follow, show her some love. Go out and buy one of these jars of this delicious mole.
Or hire her to, cater your party.
Yeah.
You'll get more than mole.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me know 2 weeks in advance. That's all I ask. 2 weeks in advance. Some kind of planning.
Yeah.
Ahead of time.
Word.
Because I am busy. So I want to make sure that I get what you need.
All right. Right on.
Awesome. Once again, thank you for
Thank you
coming
guys.
out.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you for
having
being
me.
here.
It
Thank
ain't
you for helping
over.
us.
Just getting started.
Yeah.
Slow motion, but for show motion.
Here comes. That's right. So this is What's Good Phoenix. I'm your host, Awer. This is DJ Tranzo.
Yay.
And this is Chef.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Applause button.
Peace, suckers. Yeah. Chef Breeze in the house with the mole, getting down, talking on. Right on.